Y'all, it looks like Draya, Michele, and Jalen Green have more problems than that huge age gap between them, because these past few days have been full of the craziest stuff, and I couldn't leave you wanting more, so I brought you all the tea. As it turns out, the relationship that claimed to be working, even though it's unconventional, ain't working that much, okay? Because there are some rumors going on around Draya that are similar to the allegations against Diddy. Well, things are definitely going downhill, and it's also possible that the daughter Draya shares with Jalen Green may not be his after all. And on top of that, Draya apparently threw hands at Jalen out in the open, walking down the streets of Hollywood. Are they headed for the rocks, or is this just a lover's spat? Let's get into it. Y'all, it's not every day that you hear about a younger man dating an obviously older woman, but more often than not, it's a lot more common to see men with women half their age, and that is probably why the internet went crazy with the double Ys when it came out that Draya, who is now 40 years old, is in a relationship with 23-year-old Jalen Green. And things got even crazier when people found out that Draya's first son, Nico Howard, is the same age as him. It was also strange that Draya often takes Nico to watch Jalen play, which is equally weird as if. Most people even felt that this was embarrassing for Nico and that he looked like he didn't really want to be there. The 17-year-old age gap is already wild, and it just is straight up diabolical to know that she could literally be Jalen's mother. But that's not why we're here. Well, it is kinda, but we'll get back to that. Rumors that Draya has been moving around on Jalen started spreading sometime last year. And if y'all don't know, Draya was initially known for her role on Basketball Wives of LA before she even made the headlines for her relationship with Jalen Green. On that show, she was co-stars with another actor, Laura Govan. Now, Laura was with another former NBA player, Gilbert Arenas. So keep up with me, okay? Another player, Nick Young, was sitting for an interview with Vlad TV in 2022 when he recounted a wild story involving him, Draya, Michele, and Gilbert Arenas. Nick said that he was still a rookie, and Gilbert Arenas used to make him drive around as his chauffeur, a little NBA hazing. Young said that he would make him put on a chauffeur hat and drive him to clubs anytime he wanted.
The club,
no, it's actually true.
With the show, like the chauffeur hat with the little suit was way for Gil. But he paid me for it, so I'm like, all right, cool.
Well, but he would get a girl and start messing with her in the backseat?
In the backseat. I can't say the name he had, but he had a good one time. And I'm like, is this real? He in the back door, I'm driving. They doing whatever in the back.
He mentioned one particular time that he had driven Gilbert to the club when Draya and another girl entered the car. He recounted how Arenas and Draya allegedly got intimate in the back of the car while he was driving. Now we know that in the world of big bag players like Gilbert, get a freaky dicky like this isn't always that surprising or crazy. But to Nick Young, it was just a funny story to share. And this is where things got crazy though, because Laura Govan was talking on Reality with the King when the host asked about the story that Nick Young said at the time Laura and Arenas were no longer dating or together. And she said what Nick told Vlad TV was true. And I was like, what? According to her, Draya was Arenas' jump-off chick, and that this happened more than once. She then topped it off with an even crazier allegation that she found papers at the house that she shared with Arenas that suggested he paid Draya. She claimed that Arenas paid Draya $25,000 to bring her to LA. This caused fans and haters alike to go wild, and Draya was dragged from pillar to post. Draya has a reputation to protect her, so she eventually clapped back saying she was innocent. Or was she? But y'all, in a long deleted series of Instagram stories, she wrote, "First, I'm not the type of person to clear things up, but enough is enough. I've been cyberbullied and podcast bullied for almost 12 months straight by men and women. I have stayed quiet. I didn't mess with anybody's husband. Let's be clear that no one was married. Let's also be clear that the interactions I had with him were years before I was on the show." So you was in that backseat though, Draya. But she also said in her defense that the reason that she didn't bash people online was that she did not always do clean things in the past. I don't come to social media and bash people. I didn't always have the conscience that I have today. But at the time, most people moved over to Draya's side. That was until things started to go downhill again. After Arenas was asked about the interaction they had, he didn't try to hide that something went down, but he also did not confirm or deny that they did anything. And people found it kind of wild that the next person Draya would merge herself with was a man who could be her whole son. And again, this isn't hypothetical because her first son is literally age mates with Jalen. When it first came out that she was dating him, people went ballistic, saying that she was a cougar and that she most definitely groomed him. But when she was asked about it though, she said she didn't care. In her words,
I don't know what people's problem is. Two adults being in love, I don't know why that would rub people the wrong way. It's kind of weird. Love is love at the end of the day.
I mean, we see guys do this type of stuff all the time. Older men dating younger women. It happens a lot. But Miss Ma'am, ladies don't usually do that, so it is kind of weird. And it's also the way you're moving. I mean, he is the same age as your son. And you're bringing them to the games together? Were they supposed to be best friends? Because she seems to not care about that and was even more upset because she went and turned Jalen into a whole baby daddy. Y'all, she got pregnant and had a daughter named Light Green in May 2024. Not Light Green. Y'all got some names on you, boy. But someone else beat her to it though, because in 2024, Jalen went from a father of none to a father of two. 3 months before Light Green was born, it was revealed that a California student named Maya Lacopo gave birth to his first child, Mora Lacopo. Now, Maya is reportedly the same age as Jalen, and their child, whose gender was not specified, was born on February 12, 2024. Now, allegedly, when Draya found out, she was really pissed, and she found out that the child support money would be split between her and this other woman. Yes, you heard me. Jalen is actively involved in his child's life, and that includes them finances. But things got worse when Jalen was accused of impregnating another woman while they were dating. And most people mocked Draya, saying she lost. And she thought she could pin Jalen under her thumb because she was older than he was. And it was given the trickster got tricked. And if not for the sake of her reputation, she could have done things a lot better for her son. But word in the streets is that Nico is now estranged from Draya because of her relationship with Jalen. This child is probably getting teased and bullied by his friends because he and his mother's baby daddy probably watched the same cartoons growing up. But it doesn't matter that Jalen Green is the father of Draya's child. I'm sure she looked at him and was like, I don't care if I'm my baby daddy because you are still the same age as my son. I'm gonna talk to you like that if you mess with me. Because tell me why these two got into a serious fight a few days ago. Now, I don't mean they were just talking back and forth to each other aggressively. I'm telling y'all, it was so serious that they had to be pulled away from each other because Draya almost put her hands on Jalen. Y'all, it's as crazy as it gets. Jalen and Draya are currently in New York for the New York Fashion Week, and they really went at it right there in the streets. Are these two the new Blueface and Kreayshawn? Cause what? Now y'all see how Draya and Jalen had to be separated from each other so they didn't knock each other's teeth out, right? Yes. Well, allegedly, Draya had a little too much to drink at the party and suddenly blurted out that she was also stepping out on Jalen like he did to her when she was pregnant. In fact, she may have insinuated that Light wasn't his. Now, you didn't hear it from me because that's just one word in the street. But another claim is that she allegedly blurted it out because Jalen looked at another woman a little too long, and that pissed her off. She allegedly wanted to let him know that he was with her and needed a way to prove it. However, it looks like things went sideways because Jalen talked back. And when the rumors that they had a falling out started to spread like wildfire, Draya quickly uploaded a video to quell the rumors. The video and the picture that she posted show the two of them all loved up, like they didn't just try to beat themselves up. But that's why people are dragging Draya in a particular way. Many people have been saying that their relationship dynamic is that of a mother and son. Another perspective where Draya is being dragged is that she wants this NBA money, and some internet users have alleged that she's being passed around the basketball world. She's been accused of being a gold digger and using a baby to pin Jalen down. But if y'all don't know, Jalen secured a $106 million renewal contract, and she's trying to get some of that shmoney too. But before you disagree, you really should know that Draya has been around this scene for a minute. She knows the game and she knows how to run it up on a young man like Jalen. I mean, these guys are usually pretty private, so something must have gone down for them to go at each other's throats like that the other day. But the possibility that it's about their daughter is still on the table. And honestly, if you ask me, I'd say it's because Jalen talked about how his daughter has been an inspiration for him on the field since he has done something more to fight for her. So imagine what happens if the possibility that that daughter is not his. It looks like we won't know for sure now, but things might change in the future. But the wildest allegation we've heard so far from them comes from Hitmaker. Yes, y'all, and it involves P. Diddy. Now everybody knows that this isn't a good reputation for anybody in these times. Once there's something about you being around Diddy, it's hard to get rid of them allegations. But according to Hitmaker, the last time he saw Draya, she was with Diddy, and he was pretty sure that she was giving it to him under the blanket, right in front of him. He even said that Cassie was in the house when this was happening. Wholeness back, undeleted. He said that he was in the house for a business meeting when he saw all of it happen. Now, we don't know for sure, and Draya never confirmed or denied it, but Draya's got game, and she has said she's done some things that were bad at the time, when she didn't have her good conscience. Wholeness deleted.
So yeah, like last time I seen Draya, when we was talking about that shit, she was with Puff, and I feel like she was giving a nigga a hand. This Puff was trying to have a meeting with me or whatever, and like we there, and like Cassie's in the house or whatever, and like Draya's there or whatever, and like Draya's sitting next to him,
Yeah, the threesome
and the
with
nigga's
him.
trying to have a meeting with me, and like I think that like Draya like giving him a hand job or something under the cut blanket.
Word?
While we in there. I'm like, bro, I don't want to talk too much. I went back downstairs with
But right now, though, not only is her son not talking to her that much, but looks like Jalen might be not around for much longer either, considering she may be running out of ways to keep him occupied. But knowing Draya, though, she'll bounce back very quickly. And at this point, Jalen Green's world is officially upside down, and Draya and Michelle's secrets are out for everybody to see. DNA results prove what rumors were whispering all along, and now the internet is watching this relationship unravel in real time. From fights in the streets to shocking allegations and messy family drama, it's clear nothing about the situation is normal or simple. And one thing's for sure, two things for certain, the fallout isn't over. The question now, though, will Jalen move on and cut ties, or is Draya going to pull off another comeback to keep him in her orbit? Either way, this drama is far from finished, and the tea is only getting harder.